All right, today we're going to go through the tools you need to winterize your Rockwood A-frame trailer and step by step what we're going to do. We're going to start with, you need what we call a suck tube to be able to suck the antifreeze out of the jug through the pump, a hand pump to pump it through the city water connection. You'll need a screwdriver with a square tip to be able to get at the water heater on the inside. You'll need a water heater a water filter wrench to take the water filter out before you winterize it, and a 1/16" socket to be able to take the water heater drain plug out. Plus, you'll need 3 gallons of alcohol-free. Make sure it's alcohol-free antifreeze. And so let's start by pulling out the drain plug. All right, we're going to start by draining the fresh water tank so there's no water left in that so it can freeze. We're going to pull the plug on the water heater so that's self-draining and it will drain out. And we're going to open the low-level line drains. The water tank drain is right back here. You just open that and it's self-draining. It's right behind the wheel back here. Then as we come up forward here, there's a thing that says low point drains. There's a red and a blue that are yep, they're right here. You remove these 2 caps and the water drains out of there. Then we come to the water heater. You release the pressure there in case there's pressure built up so it doesn't spray water all over you. Then you take your 1/16" socket, put it on here, okay? And back this out of the water heater, because the water heater is self-draining. Comes out, you're all set. Now we're coming into the trailer to what we got to do on the inside. There's a seat box here. There's a screw here that you need your square head screwdriver to remove these 2 screws. So this cover piece comes off and gives you access to the back of the water heater. You see there's 2 valves here. You must turn those 2 valves. Okay, that's the operation mode that they're in. This unit was already bypassed, so that'd be your bypass mode. So they're in line in that state. Now we're going to come over to the water heater, the water pump. And you see the water pump's got a filter on it and there's a fitting there. We're going to remove that fitting and put the suck tube that we put on there, and that's going to go into the gallon of antifreeze. Here's where you use the wrench to remove the water filter. That goes on, take that off, take the water filter out, put the canister back on play. Now you take that suck tube that was right there that we attached. So now we've removed the intake line from the tank. We connected what we call the suck tube to the water pump filter here. Comes back through. We've removed the filter out of the canister here and reattached it. So now we turn the pump on. You can see the antifreeze flowing into the system. Okay. You open up your hot water line till it comes out solid. Cold water line till it comes out solid. You do the same thing on the outside shower. So those are your 2 items on this trailer you must pump adequate antifreeze through. Don't be cheap, use enough. You probably take 2 to 3 gallons. Antifreeze is cheap in comparison to freezing up your trailer. Now that we've ran antifreeze through both this and the outside shower, we have one thing left, and that's the hand pump through the city water connection. Okay, here's our hand pump that we need to pump antifreeze through the city water system because there's a check valve in there that would freeze. Okay, so this screws on like so, just like if you're attaching your garden hose to it. It's got the same kind of fitting here. You just tighten this down. You put your jug of antifreeze right there. you do have to have something open. So like right now it's not letting it flow in. So we're going to take the outside shower that again that we've already ran through the hot and cold, but open the valve. Okay. And then we're just going to pump this until we get some liquid coming out, so that we know we've displaced the water in the check valve. Okay, we're pretty much done. So now all we got to do is close everything up, wipe up any antifreeze that's left over in the sink and that. Like on this model, you must open the outside drain and you'll see we got water and antifreeze that runs out of there. But then you want to wipe any of it up because the antifreeze will stain if you leave it dry in the sink or anywhere else you might have it. And that's pretty much it. Okay, the winterizing the water system's done. So now the other things you'll want to do, you'll want to disconnect the batteries and bring them inside for the winter. A lot of people will put dryer sheets inside. I would probably recommend getting a couple bars of Irish Spring and cutting them up and putting them in little containers in there. It seems to last the season better than dryer sheets do. I would also recommend you get a cover for the unit if it's stored outside, and I would probably get a protective screen that goes over the furnace. It's about $25 and keeps mice and things from coming into the furnace and causing problems. And your unit should be ready to be put to bed for the season then.